Yo. And we right back on top of that. Just like that, we back. Yes. We back. The maturation of EGZ. What up, y'all? I just want to talk a little boxing. Could I talk a little boxing? We talk a little boxing. There's nothing wrong with talking a little bit boxing. What's popping? Everybody. Shout out to Baltimore, man. What up with y'all? I just want to talk a little bit of boxing. Notification gang, Ego Army, gang, Ego Mafia, the mob. Money on top of boxing. Let's get it. Yee. Now. Yeah. H-Town, what up? Detroit, what up? In the building. Throw me some cities. We're gonna do the roll call. Throw me some cities. Yeah, mic check 1, 2. Where y'all at? Shout out to Texas. I see y'all talking reckless. Shout out to Philly, Queens, London, Dallas. Oh, El Paso. Let's go. Compton in the building. Yeah, CPT in the building. Chester, you know you in the building. Omaha, Crawford in the building. Charlotte, North Carolina. Sunglasses in the building. Riverside, motherfucker in the building. South Central, Michigan. I see y'all. Shout out to the Great Lakes, man. Midwest, Downey, Louisiana, Bakersfield, the Nasty Natty, home of the Bratty, Adrian, man, you know, AP. Algebra books, the Boogie Down, that's New York shit. Brick City, yes, Fresno, in the building. I said we all in the building. You're about to have a little problem in the building. Swiss beats and Mosin. I'm drinking coffee, so I'm feeling a little bit good. Santa Ana, Riverside. You know we working. Yes, you know we working. Earthquake land. Who's drinking Blue Moon? I don't really drink beer. I'm drinking coffee. And a lot of channels copy. But we number one, the originator. Man, who the fuck is that? Alizé's Fox or whatever. Check your sexuality as fruity as the Alizé. I don't know who that is, but yeah, I gotta study up. Ego Army in the building, man. Philly in the building. Boxing 2017 is in the building. And we working. See, I had to wear the thick joints today. I can't really see the haters. I'm still a little bit sick, but I'm feeling better. But you know you got the right one, baby. I'm gonna make you do what you do, baby. I can't see the haters today. I can't really see the haters today, so we probably won't get any hot seats because you can't see what the haters is talking about, man. Ribbon in the sky, bro. I'm on my Stevie Wonder. I don't see the haters. I don't see the hate. All I see is success. All I see is dollar signs. All I see is super chats. My mind is like a landmine. Anytime I landmine, we about to blow up. Motherfuckers don't show up. Ha. Ray Charles. We Ray Charles on you haters, man. I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby. Yo, what up, Enrique? I haven't seen some of the usual trolls. Now, the funny thing about the trolls is the trolls got to say, they don't even want to be here, but they have to tune in. Oh, fucking Eric, the ego, man. Ego is streaming. I got to click on it. They can't stay away, man. I love MMA. That's what's up. I love boxing. MMA cool though. Not really having a great year for UFC. What the fuck? Yes. What y'all think of Floyd Mayweather getting that mural with Conor painted in his place or hung up? Yeah, I seen Chavez Jr. some Instagram video. He looked kind of big though. He looked kind of big. Shout out to Fremont, man. There's a girl. She wants to go on a date. Shout out to G. I'm not gonna tell y'all her whole name in case y'all know her. But she out there in Fremont. She want to go on a date. I see you, boo boo. Come to Death Row. We go start printing our own money. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, why? How you mad at the decor of another dude? That's like when y'all be telling me get my beard trimmed and shit like that. Like, how you care how he dressed up? He has a mansion. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you care what paintings he hangs up? Mayweather, the woman beater. Ha ha ha. But guess what? Either you probably don't get women or you got skeletons in your closet just like the next man. The only difference is nobody knows you, Gabriel. Nobody knows who the fuck you are, so you're not under a microscope. You know what I'm saying? You probably got beat by your woman. Your woman probably beat the shit out you, Gabe. I'm sorry, babe. You was getting fucked up by your woman. Yeah, people got money and just buy whatever. New media is eradicating all that dumb. You know what I'm saying? Floyd's retired. The first thing you bring up is Mayweather, the woman beater. You don't know shit about the court case. You don't know. I don't even know about it. He said that's true. So your check does beat you up. See? I just guessed. See, Gabe, you getting your ass beat by Rosa. Rosa was putting her hands. She had a long day at work, came home, and took it out on you. She put the hands to you. I'm sorry, babe. I'm gonna cook dinner. I'm sorry. Dinner's in the crock pot. You was getting fucked up. Rosa, she slept you. Danny Jacobs and Canelo. Good fight. I brought this up before the Triple G Jacobs fight, and I told people that would be. I actually, my dude, he has an Instagram, Lalo's Boxing. He has an Instagram page, and we were at a fight in Fresno. Covering these top rank. It was a small card, but we were covering the fights, and I told him that would be a tough fight for Canelo. And he was like, "No." And then now he might rethink it once you see Canelo's stamina issues and how tough he fought Golovkin and didn't get knocked out. Jacobs might be too big for Canelo. Now, don't get me wrong. Canelo is very skilled, and I fuck with Canelo. I like Canelo a lot, skill-wise and what he does in that ring, and actually what he does outside the ring. You know what I mean? You don't really hear too much dirt. I just see him. He got some pretty women around him. He's just donated $1 million to Mexico, so salute to him. But the difference is Canelo surviving with a Triple G and Jacobs is two totally different things because they don't fight the same. Now, granted, Jacobs might not pressure you nonstop like a Triple G, but Jacobs has better feet than Triple G. Triple G's cool at cutting off the ring, but you notice as he stepped up in the echelon, his feet didn't look the same against Danny Jacobs. You know what I mean? He didn't cut off the ring and trap them and set these crazy traps that he could have done with a lesser fighter. And I think that's apparent in Golovkin's last two fights. But overall, Jacobs is a different puzzle. He's athletic. He's athletically fast. He's bigger than Golovkin, taller than Golovkin. I would love to see it, but I think any of the athletic black fighters that are top level, like the Charlos and the Jacobs, they would give Canelo a whole different puzzle than Golovkin. Because Golovkin, I mean, truth be told, whether you had him winning or not, and I apologize to the fans, I'm getting over a sickness. I still haven't watched the fight. I saved it on DVR. But Canelo had Golovkin looking pretty one-dimensional. Like, what I've seen for Golovkin is When his combinations aren't working, he resorts to a jab, which is cool, but it becomes a discussion. Would you outweigh jabbing or selective power punches, accuracy, defense, stuff like that? That's why the Canelo Golovkin fight was close. But I don't know. I just think Charlo and Jacobs are two totally different fights for Canelo. Golovkin's MO was like, okay, combination punching and cutting off the ring is not as easy as fighting Adama. So I'm a jab, 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 and just provide more pressure. He didn't really show mad adjustments. And if you disagree with me, what adjustments did Triple G show? He's like, okay, I started off timid, gave up some early rounds because I wasn't really active and aggressive, my normal aggressive self. And as the fight wore on, there's pressure, and then more pressure and a jab. I mean, what did Triple G do other than that? They listen, and I know what I'm talking about, man. Can y'all hear? Because I don't see the chat moving or nothing. Can y'all hear me? Listen, if you can hear me, put yes or no, because the chat is like completely, like it's frozen and nothing was moving. That was weird. Okay. Is it laggy? Like, because it look, man, this. Are you saying yes, you hear me, or yes, it's laggy? Say laggy. Put lag or laggy or something so I know. Because on my end, it looks kind of crazy. I couldn't even tell if you guys were even here. I felt like I'm just talking to myself. Leg? Damn it, this is annoying. YouTube, step your shit up. This is Ego's Army. We want the premiere. Look, my hands look all laggy. What the fuck, man? I'm gonna slap the shit out of someone at YouTube. They in San Bruno, so they're not even far from where I live. Slap the shit out. Anyway, let's try to push through it. Listen, and I screenshotted this. Listen, all the people. First of all, to get this stream popping, hit the like button. It says we have 54 people and we have 34 likes. Hit that like button, gang. We got a gang. Maybe that fixed it. I don't know. I just got a call. Man, my whole phone's tripping. Listen to me. I screenshotted this too. I knew, and I posed this question, but I didn't know this because I watched the fight live from the arena, and then I just waited. I told you I wasn't watching on YouTube or nothing. I waited for the rebroadcast, the replay, right? And I told you this, and I posed this question, and this, when I heard this on the rebroadcast, I heard, and it just corroborated what I was saying. On the rebroadcast on the HBO, they showed the punch stat with the little dummy graph, and it shows where the punches landed. This dude, Triple G, landed 8 body shots on Canelo. 8 body shots. What? 8 body shots for a guy. See, and this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all get mad at me and say I'm hating, and I hate everybody. But listen, he landed 8 body shots. This is corroborating what I was telling you. This is what I was telling y'all. People like the known number 1 pound for pound skillful guys, they make adjustments. You know what I mean? And Mayweather, I've never seen anybody limit him to the point where he's fighting a totally different fight and all he can do is jab. Like, that's the only thing he can get off. Or things he's known for don't show up. You usually see it. Now, granted, if you're fighting different styles, it might be harder, it might be easier. There might be rounds where you can't get certain things off. But in the end, you see Mayweather and his skills show up. With Triple G, like I said, he looked kind of one-dimensional to me. And things I thought he was really good at, when I'm seeing him fight upper echelon people, they're not really showing up, which is concerning to me. How do you land 8 body shots? I thought Triple G was a pretty good body puncher. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm going to hurt some people's feelings. I'm going to hurt some feelings because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You guys could go test this on your own by watching the fight. But, okay, there was a point in Mayweather-Canelo. Go back and watch the fight. There's a point where Canelo was on the ropes, and it looked like he was trying to bait Floyd in and, like, kind of trap him into trying to throw and trying to trap him because he was going to try to counter him off the ropes, right? And then Floyd waited for a second, and then he was like, man, fuck this. And then he started jabbing to Canelo's body. Then he started throwing, like, sweeping rights. Then he threw an uppercut, and he was throwing body shots. And he was really just started picking Canelo off on the ropes. You know what I'm saying? But when I watched Triple G, and this is Floyd, who is a smaller person, even at a catch weight, than Canelo. And he was way older. When he fought Canelo, he was 13 years older. Golovkin, I don't think, is 13 years older than Canelo, right? So to me, that's concerning from a skill perspective, that the bigger man like Triple G was in those first couple of rounds. You're this monstrous puncher and this destroyer of worlds, and you're the bigger guy, supposed to be the stronger guy, supposed to be the boogeyman, right? And you were very cautious and very patient when Canelo's on the ropes. Even in the middle of the fight, you know what I'm saying? When he was on the ropes, you didn't just come in crazy. You know what I mean? But Floyd Mayweather paused for a second, like, oh, he's trying to set me up. Then he just went to work. Then he was shooting uppercuts and sweeping lefts and rights. Crazy. Like I tell y'all, what that tells me, Golovkin don't rely on he's not reliant, he doesn't trust in his defense because he doesn't really have a crazy defense. So to me, that is saying that he's not like a guy who knows, like a Crawford be fighting some points of certain fights risky, but he's relying on his reflexes and defense, and he knows that what he could get away with in the timing of it. Triple G, it's like if the coast ain't clear, he ain't going. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't want to get countered, and that's what that 8 body shit showed me. That definitely showed me that. You know what I mean? How do you land 8 body shots and you're supposed to be? That's what I'm saying. As Golovkin steps up in competition, I'm not seeing the same monster from Kazakhstan that I've seen against lower level people. And that's it. He's like guys who have like at least equal skill or like up their skill, Daddy Jacobs and Canelo, they're making a miss. They're not getting knocked down, or they're getting knocked down and fighting harder. But that's clearly not the case with Dominic Wade. Dominic Wade got knocked down, and it was like murder she wrote. And it was like he was content getting knocked out in the next round. I haven't heard any official numbers. Yeah, man. And see, this is what I told you. I told people from the jump, people don't know shit about boxing. We're the only ones comparing Triple G to Mike Tyson. That's blasphemous, because Tyson even has the prime schooling of a Cus D'Amato. Rest in peace to Cus D'Amato. And I got the clip. Cus D'Amato was like, he's like, that's it. When Tyson was just like in the ring training with one of his trainers or whatever, he's like, that's it. He's like, the sweet science of boxing. You hit them where you can hit them and they can't hit you back. Tyson was well schooled. He used to spend like an hour plus or whatever just doing head drills, you know what I'm saying, under the ropes, and you know what I mean, like that chicken wire rope shit, and then working on his head movement. Triple G that's not how he fights. His head is in the center. His head is there for you. You know what I mean? But to Triple G's credit, he does, and Peter Quillen told me this, he does have a presence, and he does put an uncomfortable pressure, and he does rely on his chin, and he has a good chin. So to the point where it's like, he makes you think quick, Johnny on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you can't pick off your best combinations because he's making the pressure where you have to just get off what you can get off. So that's one thing he is doing good. But don't compare him to Mike Tyson. I don't see that. Mike Tyson had a clever defense, being a shorter person. See, Tyson fought guys that were 6'5", 6'6" at times. You know what I mean? And he was able to get on the inside with much shorter arms. See, and this is the thing. The media over glorify certain aspects of fighters. They keep saying like, oh, Golovkin is just so tiny. But he's not. He was next to Danny Jacobs. He didn't look like Rigondeaux looks when he fights a Magasa, or Rigondeaux when he's fighting Moises Flores. He didn't look small like that next to Jacobs. Jacobs looked a bit bigger at the face-offs and stuff, but it didn't look like this puny-ass middleweight like they make it out to be. You know what I mean? Even like I said, Mike Tyson, when he's fighting the Tyrell Biggs, and them guys look way bigger. Lennox Lewis, them guys, whatever the outcome of those fights, them guys look way bigger than him. But they're talking about how Golovkin's just so small and tiny. But I think slowly but surely the allure of Golovkin, like the mystique of him being invincible, is being stripped away. And you can't say that with other fighters like Crawford. You can't say, how's the mystique of, he looks like he's getting better since the Gamboa fight. You know what I mean? Granted, he's about to turn 30. I think he's going to Dubai for his birthday. So shout out to Crawford, work hard. He gets to hang out with his family in Dubai. That must be fun. But, I mean, he's a couple years younger, but you can't say he's been getting exposed. In fact, my honest to God opinion, I picked him. I told you I'm not really picking against Crawford unless I see a major reason to. But I didn't think Felix Diaz and what's the name, Julius Ndongo fights, I didn't think they would be that much of a one-sided affair. You know what I'm saying? I thought Crawford would win, but maybe the guys could push him a couple rounds where he figured, like, to be honest, Deary Jean fight was tougher for Crawford, maybe even Hank Lundy, than Julius Ndongo. And Julius Ndongo was towering over Crawford. I was there, live in the flesh. So, Canelo's stamina was suspect, but it looked like it had been getting better. But again, he hadn't fought no one like Golovkin to really show us. You know what I mean? Amir Khan, he's not just out here hitting that hard at 155 to the point where he would have been depleted. So Golovkin was the right style to show that he still has the stamina issues. That's how it is. Conor McGregor's stamina looked great versus Eddie Alvarez, but that wasn't Nate Diaz. So, you know what I mean? Some people have your numbers, or people can push you in different ways. See, and this is why another reason the Tyson Triple G comparisons made no sense to me is because Tyson was fast all around. Golovkin's not really fast to me. When I look at Golovkin, I look at him for certain things, but I don't look at him for speed. I don't like, wow, he just threw that. He looks kind of slow. And Canelo had him looking very slow, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because Canelo looked like, tired or not, when he got tired in the later round, looked like he's seen all the punches coming. Just dropping the light. But, I mean, it's a good fight. The controversy is going to help sell the rematch, like Mayweather-Maidana 1 versus 2. Listen, do y'all want Hollow in the hot seat? Y'all want me to put Hollow in the hot seat? Come on, Hollow the Don. Y'all want me to put someone in the hot seat? I'm seeing crazy comments. Don't think I forgot about the hot seat, man, because I got a little bit sick. Because we back. We got cough drops. Might have to put Hollow in the hot seat. You have to start explaining what you say. Hollow, do you accept the hot seat? Let's get it. Let's go. Back off sickness. back to business, back like we never left. We put the crazy comments that I don't understand. Let's go. So, Hollow, do you accept the hot seat? Let me know something. Yes or no? We got our first victim, people. No, I'm not going to give it to him anyway, because that's not what we're doing. I'm not, like I said, I'm not no bully. This is supposed to be educational, give insight, get different opinions. If you feel you have a stronger point than me and you get called out, then you can battle your point in front of anybody who's watching. And then the fans vote. But I'm not going to just force somebody. If they're just like leaving their opinion, I'm not going to force somebody to debate. That's just, I'm not going to do that. But Hollow, we need an answer. And that's what the rules have not changed. Whether you accept the hot seat, you're going to get blocked if you just ignore me, because that's just rude. You know what I mean? Okay, see, why do you guys always do this? To type yes or no is actually far less characters than all these. You said, bruh needs to step up. Yes, it's his division, but come on. So you just typed all of that, but you have not put a simple yes or no to the hot seat. Why do y'all do that? You have the greatest of points, so I'm challenging you. Challenge your point versus mine, because I seen what your points are, and I want to duel in the hot seat. You put in long sentences when you could have just put a yes or no. That's a yes. Let's get it. Hot seat challenge. Now I got to go back. He said Crawford needs to step up to be considered pound for pound. So elaborate for the listeners. Why does Crawford? And also let us know who you have at number one, pound for pound. Andre Ward's retired, so it can't be him. No, we gonna let Hollow get hollowed out. We gonna see who's hollow. Cause after, when it's just a carcass, you know what I mean, after we put the embalming fluid in him, I'm gonna be like, hello, hello, hello. And you're gonna hear echo. Okay. Come on, Hollow. So, who do you have as pound for pound number one? That's one part of the question. And then elaborate what you're saying about Crawford. And then the fans can vote after we duke it out. You know what I'm saying? In the hot seat. This is how we do in the hot seat, man. Put your seats up. Get your popcorn out. Put a seat emoji. Get the popcorn emoji. We about to feast, man. Get your popcorn ready. I'm telling y'all, new media, it's a new breed, it's a new era. You're not just gonna put crazy comments and not get checked and not get countered, just like boxing, just like real boxing. You know what I mean? If you come at a brainless fighter, you might be able to hit him with something and then get out. But if you come at a skilled fighter, you might get countered. Oh, hold up. Not me, not Marshall. He says Gennady Golovkin is pound for pound number one, but Terrence Crawford got to do more. So, okay, Golovkin's pound for pound number one. I really want to hear this now. Get your popcorn now. You just said Golovkin's pound for pound number one, and Terrence Crawford has to do so much more. Everybody get your popcorn. This gonna be a breeze. Let's go. Hollow, where you at? You sounded like a starter pistol. We'll see who got the hollow points. But I'm gonna let you finish. You going to jail now? Okay. You got to get to the elaborating, because you're starting to wait. You said Gamboa is all he has. I don't want to hear that. Elaborate how Triple G is pound for pound number one over Crawford, and why you said Crawford has to do more, so we can body you, man. And you got 3 responses, so incomplete sentences and switching stuff, all that, you're just wasting time. Hollow, we about to cough in you, Hollow. But I'm gonna wait, because I'm a boxing fan, so maybe let's see if you could provide something that I haven't heard before. I need to get my nails done. All these coughings, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get the debris from the body count, under the nails and shit. See, what other channel do it like me, man? You know what I mean? Where we can we'll debate. Like I said, I'm not saying I know everything, but this is getting good. I want to hear this. And then the fans are going to vote. So it's not my doing. The fans are going to give you the coffin. I mean, I'm going to give you the coffin, but the fans are going to decide if I did my part to give it to you. So anyway, you're wasting time. You said Triple G is #1 pound for pound. And you said Crawford got to do more. Explain. That's all we're waiting for, Hollow. It sounds like your argument's hollow because we just waiting. Y'all know Costco? You know Costco sells coffins? I'm going to start to get these coffins in bulk, man. Some Kirkland coffins. And I'm going to get one of the $1.50 hot dogs on the way out after I get these Kirkland coffins. So I can just body y'all in bulk. You know what I mean? Ain't no argument, bro. Hey, but it's the hot seat. This ain't my argument. This is what he talking about. I'm not even fully 100% healthy, and I'm still taking on young, hungry lions in the hot seat. Give it up. Give it up. Hot Costco food do be good. The big ass pizza for the low. Come on, Hollow. He deaded himself. Yo, funny. See, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. Every single time. Why is it this long, prolonged? You jump out there out the window and say Triple G's #1. Like, man, you know the saying, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Why does it always take a month of Sundays to get these responses? Especially after they deflect or don't respond. Then they lie, talking about my internet connection and I lost you in the stream and my kids crying in the back seat. Come on, Hollow. You say you got the hollow point. Get to the point, man. Or get to the point, Hollow. We're going to change your name to Shallow. Because your whole outlook on boxing is shallow. Somebody put him on a timer. I'm not going to be waiting. You know what I'm saying? He trying to dig his own grave. I don't got time. We got strength in numbers. We can dig the grave for you. You just got to say the dumb shit so we could put you in the grave. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. Like, he's trying to dig his own. Oh, fuck, I fucked up, guys. You don't have to dig for yourself. Hollow, where you at, my G? Put him on the timer, y'all. See how they be wasting time in the stream? But that's why we put them on the timer. I got this game figured out because I know how they want to do. You think we just going to be waiting here an hour for you to respond? You're like, ha, 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 ha. There's no laughing to it. You're about to get blocked. Put them on the timer. We'll give them an extra 5 seconds just so y'all know there ain't no foul play. That we given plenty of times. Put your L's up. Put your L's up. One time, put your fucking L's up. Another one. We was waiting on you, Hollow. We entrusted you. Now, between me and my admins, so for the sake, if one of my admins got it, can you scroll up, find Hollow that was talking all that Triple G is #1 and block him for me so I don't have to disrupt the stream to find him. But if no one could do it, let me know. But I want to see his name blocked relatively soon. Otherwise, I'll go back and do it. Because you know he's done for. Okay? Shout out to my dude Cam. Block L. That was some easy work, man. Can we get some, like, the sparring partners ain't lasting in the hot seat. Can we get some good work? You know what I mean? Like, they want to do all that ride off into the sunset. That's what they're used to doing. Like, Triple G sucks, or Triple G's the best, Crawford sucks, and then just be gone. Because that was acceptable back in the day. Where you could just say something unexplained and just rock with it. And then people just get 48 likes on saying some dumb shit. Red, you can step up in the hot seat. It's not a problem. Just say yes. Listen, I don't want to do the back and forth because y'all really messing up my stream. So just say yes. Your next response, if you really want to be in the hot seat, Red, I'm talking to you, Red. If you really want to be in the hot seat, your next response has to be yes or no. Errol Spence, I don't know. I haven't heard nothing on him. All right, we got we got Hollow, the son of Hollow, Red. All right, he just said Lomachenko's pound for pound. What number do you put him pound for pound? And just elaborate. Why is Lomachenko pound for pound? Come on, Red, come with it. Hollow didn't do it, man. Get your popcorn out, man. This is gonna be a breeze, but you gotta do something, Red. Come on, Red, man. Footwork on point. That's it. Lomachenko's pound for pound number one because his footwork is on point. You got two more responses to explain to us why Lomachenko is pound for pound number one because his footwork is on point. Wow. We might, you know what I'm saying? We might have to go somewhere else to get some work, man. Y'all leaving them crazy. You got two more responses, Red. Come get this coffee. Like, why do you think he's pound for pound? His footwork. Okay. And footwork, this ain't MMA, so you can't even use your feet as the weapon. You can use your feet to get to close distance, get in proximity, or evasive moves and stuff, or to step to your opponent. But I would never say that my number one metric of judging who his footwork's on point. All right, you're starting to take a while. This is too easy, man. So put him on the timer or wave the white flag and just get him out of here. Y'all vote. Y'all let me know. White flag him, put your flag emojis. If you want to put him on the timer, put your clocks and your timers so we can decide what to do. But the show must go on. We're not going to let people ruin the stream. And remember, if it's 10 white flags from different usernames, bye-bye. I told y'all ain't going to be saying this craziness. His footwork. Okay, what else? Okay, Red just put thanks. You got one more response. That's two. And you put thanks twice. Come on, Red. You in the hot seat, melting. You know when like girls, when in the summertime, it'd be like in Vegas and stuff, and they put too much makeup on, and the caked on makeup starts to smear, so they look like Heath Ledger and the Joker. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's happening in the hot seat. You're melting. Come on, Red. You gotta do something, Red. You got one more response. You want to know how I got these scars? Come on, Joker. You Heath Ledger, you about to OD on your last response. Now, when there's taking too long, we can either go to the timer or we just vote. Let's just get your votes in right now because Red's taking too long and disrupting the ebb and flow of the stream. So put your L's up. If he did not do a good job explaining how Lomachenko is number one, put your L's up. We got to expedite these processes because our streams are going to get like real choppy. Put your L's up. Put your L's up. L Boogie. Put your L's up. If you think Red got an L up, put your L's up. Put your L's up. One. And there it is. Block L. Come on, man. Can I get some work? Can we get somebody who actually wants to talk boxing with some sense? So first Triple G was number one. He goes. Then Red goes, saying Lomachenko is number one. See, that's what you guys notice a pattern. It becomes much harder when you're on a live stream. Anyone can say anything, but to explain it, that's what becomes the challenge, because people are just waiting like, okay, what has Triple G done to be number one? What has Lomachenko done? It's much harder to go into detail and explain your stance than it is to just say it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So the hot seat remains undefeated. Don't get it twisted. I think Golovkin's a good fighter. I think Lomachenko's a good fighter. Where you put him, especially when you start putting him at the top, it just becomes disrespectful to the other guys who are working for it. Like the Andre Ward, you know he's retired now, but they were doing it when he wasn't retired, before we knew he was retired. Right? And that's just what it is. And like, I understand if Triple G, listen, hey, I just thought of something, and I want y'all to be dead honest with me. Like real shit, be honest with me. Will everybody be honest when I ask the question? Who beat Canelo more convincingly? Floyd Mayweather moving up and fighting him at the catchweight, or Triple G? Who, in your honest opinion, just put Triple G or Floyd Mayweather, who had a more convincing win over Canelo? Put your honest to God opinion. Exactly. Floyd 100%, Mayweather. And again, if you put Triple G, you might be in the hot seat. Like if you're putting it, and I can tell you're being facetious, right? If you really believe it, be prepared to be in the hot seat. Because I think most people would unanimously agree that Mayweather had a more convincing. And see, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to skill. Mayweather moved up more pounds than Canelo moved down, and he pulled away, and he made it convincing that he won. Triple G, even if you gave it to him, he didn't pull away like that. So how are you going to put him number one pound for pound, and his fight was a draw, and a guy smaller who wasn't stronger than Canelo per capita probably convincingly beat him? Okay, we got a net. Rainy, just say yes. I don't even want you to say no, because you about to get buried. Down here, they all float. Rainy, do you accept the hot seat? We going for 3. I've been on less than an hour, and I'm about to catch my third body. Rainy, just say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes to the hot seat. And all that shit you was just talking, let's go. He's saying Triple G beat him more convincingly. Just say yes, Rainy. It's about to be a rainy day for you. And we got our umbrellas. It's partly cloudy. He said yes, where? Boom. We got him. Book him, Dano. So, in your opinion, you just said that Triple G had a more convincing win over Canelo than Floyd. Explain. You're really going to bury yourself. But explain this. How did Triple G have a more convincing win over Canelo? And I'm not saying you couldn't say Triple G won, but how is it more dominant than Canelo? How? How, Sway? So let us know. We about to put your ass on the timer. Put your ass on the motherfucking timer. We about to put you on the timer. Yes, yes, yes. Wave the white flag, cause the coming. Got the L coming. It's the L coming. And the... Oh my gosh, come on. He could be trolling, but he's in the hot seat. I get paid regardless. Trolling, not trolling, it's still my third body, and the fans will know that. So I don't care if he's trolling. Come on, he's the son of CJ Ross, so that's why he's saying that. About to have a little problem in the building. About to have a little problem with the building. Oh, this is going to be fun. I told you it's about to be a rainy day. It's about to rain on rainy. Just like the sunshine, we get rid of that rain. Come on, rainy. Adelaide Bird son in this fucking stream. Son of Bird, son of CJ Ross, son of Sam, whoever he thinks he is, he's getting a casket. We get rid of that rain, man. April showers bring May flowers. We about to bring your flowers. We put you in that coffin. We put you in that casket. We're going to lay them flowers on top of you. So thanks for the rain. So we can get these flowers to put them on your casket because you get body in the hot seat. He replied, okay, hold on. Thank y'all for letting me know. Triple G threw more punches and applied more pressure than Floyd. He applied more pressure, but I just gave you guys an example on this stream of when Floyd had Canelo on the ropes. He waited for a second, and then he just started teeing off on Canelo. Meanwhile, every time Triple G had Canelo on the ropes, he was more timid than he has been with other people, like a Dominic Wade. He just bullied them dudes. And Triple G missed 500 punches. Try again, sir. You have 2 more responses. And see, people like you don't know shit about boxing. You're so used to saying Floyd is a pussy and coward and he ran that you're saying it like Triple G applied this pressure. Floyd was pressuring Canelo as the smaller man. And Floyd landed clear, crisp, clean shots. I could show you screenshots of Canelo's head like that. Triple G wasn't landing flush. And you could do that from the picture test. You could see that Floyd was landing clean on Canelo. So 2 more responses. Your casket is coming. Special made for you. You know what I mean? It's cool. We customized your casket, man. Pimp my casket. Look. Exhibit A. Find punches like that. You know what I'm saying? Floyd landed this on Canelo. You won't find a ton like that. You know what I'm saying? Where he just like connecting and rocking his head back because Canelo's defense was looking good. Once again, Floyd, the smaller man, attacking Canelo on the ropes, and Triple G was hesitant on the ropes. But it's cool. Even though Canelo rehydrated 20 pounds or so. And he wasn't known as this monstrous puncher like Golovkin is supposed to be. Okay. 2 more responses, you out of here. It's cool. But let me guess, it was because Canelo was so young. See, we're not done. We ain't done enough. Look at these shots that are connecting. Come on, Rainey. It's cool, man. We just looking at slideshows. We looking at slideshows, man. The rain dried up, man. Rain, go away. Okay. 2 more responses, and you're coming up on that time where we're gonna have to look at that defense, boy. Oh no, he responded. Okay. I ain't scared of a hot seat. That's not a response. That's a waste of response. You ain't scared of hot seat. You should be because you're about to get immortalized in it. You know what I'm saying? You're about to get bodied in the hot seat. I'm not scared of the hot seat. Whatever. He responded before that? I don't see nothing. Canelo looked more tired facing Triple G than when he fought Floyd. That's what happens when a guy fights Triple G. Again, Floyd won, but I thought Triple G did better, in my opinion. How do you do better when one of the scoring criteria is defense, and Floyd clearly showed a better defense than Canelo versus Canelo than Triple G did? Ego be wildin', LOL. He always missing the comments. Man, because we having fun. I get paid regardless if I miss the comments. If I miss the comments, my fans got my back. Ego Army got my back. They'll let me know, hey, he replied. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, he replied. So I'm not going to just sit and babysit waiting all day, because every time I do these hot seats, people want to take a month of Sundays to respond. But anyway, let's just get to the voting, because I don't even feel like I have to go above and beyond. Now, if you think we dried up the rain and what he said is bullshit, that Triple G did better and pulled away more from Canelo than Floyd did, put your L's up. Put your L's up. Again, the only person that said Floyd lost or had a draw with Canelo was CJ Ross. But there are people that think Canelo beat. There are people that think Canelo beat Triple G. So how can you say he did better? Put your L's in the building. Put your L's to the motherfucking sky. Put your L's in the motherfucking sky. Wave them high. Wave them high. We about to get another motherfucking casket. We about to put another in the basket. We about to give another casket. We about to put another motherfucking. Bye-bye, Rainy. Block. My admins are kind of quick. Y'all gotta let me block, because I like blocking them just so I can say block. Y'all gotta let me block some of my hot seats too, man. That was easy. Listen, I'm gonna tell you all the game. If you talk boxing with this rather than this, you'll do a lot better. If you knew better, you do better. If you just talking a bunch of rah-rah, recycled shit you heard someone say that you can't argue, come on. And see, this is the thing. I make videos, like let's say the hot seat. I make videos using some of the same talking points that I use in the hot seat. The only difference is the hot seat, I'm in the hot seat too. So I have to do it right there, Johnny on the spot, right? When I do videos, there are a couple comments that are like, oh, I disagree. But listen to the motherfuckers that is disagreeing. Listen to their counter arguments. Listen to their responses. Triple G did better than Floyd. Really? Like me personally, I wouldn't even take that hot seat. Because listen, I'm a competitive person. If I was gonna hot seat against me, I would take a stronger argument. And I don't like the odds for that. You're gonna say there's people that think Canelo won, and there's some people that think the draw is okay, and then there's some people that think Triple G won. And you're gonna really say Triple G dominated more impressively than Floyd, and Floyd barely even got touched by Canelo? Really? Really? Like, and see, you could tell the king of casuals always had the dumbest talking points. They say like, Canelo was much more tired. Floyd, you know what I'm saying? He's older, so he's not, you know what I mean? He's naturally fighting guys that are bigger than him. He could have put even more. He probably could have stopped Canelo, to be honest. You know what I mean? But it would have required more of a risk, and he was clearly up, clearly winning. Golovkin's style is to do what he does, and that's what he keeps showing you. So, yeah, Canelo could be more tired. That doesn't mean he's doing a better job. And it's also because Canelo's new to that division, and Golovkin has experience at the division. You know what I mean? Because if Canelo fought Danny Jacobs, he might get stopped, and he might be that tired fighting him, just because you're fighting a bigger guy, bigger puncher than Floyd. So that's... Stop Canelo? Yeah, I think Floyd could have stopped 23-year-old Canelo. I'm not talking about right now or whatever. I think he would still beat Canelo right now because Canelo's feet are too slow. And I mean, it's not even worth putting you in the hot seat, even though you don't know shit about boxing. It's really because there's no way to prove it either way. In my opinion, I think Floyd, I mean, he was picking off Canelo at will. So there's different ways to get stopped. You could just break a man's spirit and stop him. You know what I mean? Where he's just like, I'm so out of it. Like if you look at the Diego Corrales, that fight got stopped. It wasn't like Diego Corrales' eyes were rolling in the back of his head, but he was just a broken man. Arturo Gatti, same thing. That was one of Floyd's best performances. Gotti has heart, but he got stopped. You know what I mean? Buddy McGurk was like, no. So, yeah, there's a way to stop Canelo. I'm not saying he would have just stretched him and Canelo was just stiff, but I think Floyd could have just broke him down to the point where you have nothing left. And especially if you start getting real tired. Man, imagine if they had 15 rounders still. And you seen how Canelo was getting opened up in 11, rounds 12, and Floyd still looked good. Y'all got to know shit about boxing. And see, a lot of y'all don't like when certain things, like I tell y'all all the time, and I've been saying this, and I still feel it. Canelo studied Floyd. Canelo is taking things from Floyd. It's not a problem. But a lot of people want to be on this like, a tough Mexican never took anything from a black fighter, and they want to have these. Trust me, he learned from him because I see him doing shit that Floyd does. Just like Floyd learned from people before him. He watched the Julio Cesar Chavez's and Duran and Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard's and Purnell. You know what I mean? Everybody learns from. Everybody learns from their predecessors. This nigga boring. And guess what you are? Block, get your ass out of here. Go to sleep. This is easy work. Everybody say buy the low place. He's in a real low place because he just got blocked out of the stream for talking crazy. He wants to talk crazy, and he like Patrick Swayze. Ghost him. Get him up out of here. What? I never understood that. You come click on my stream, talk crazy, collect an L, and you think you still gonna be here? Get him out of here. Like, this nigga boring. Okay, you're gonna see how boring I am when you out of here. You ghost like Swayze, man. Willie Lopez. That's who I am, man. I'm Willie Lopez. That's the dude that killed Patrick Swayze, man. We turn you to a ghost, man. Anyway, so that's that. Yeah, I don't even understand why you would argue that. Shout out to Ego Lopez, man. We ghosting him. It's so funny. This sucks. This is boring. But why are you here? You clicked on the video. And why, like me, if I went on someone's stream and there was some weirdo stuff, I would just bounce. I wouldn't be, oh, this sucks, FYI. I'm so boring. More often than not, it's people that they don't like what you're saying, so they want to troll and all that. But we've been here before. This ain't nothing new to us. This is what we do. King Dot, Ego, let's talk about Deontay Wilder, how he only has a right hand and nothing else. I mean, listen. I made a video about this earlier. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. You fight Wilder. And we'll see if he only has the right hand. Let me record it. That's all I ask for you. Because everybody got so much to say. You fight him. Okay, he's a bum squad. You fight him. And when you in the hospital and you waking up, and they got little machines and you be like, hey, I told you only had the right hand, but that right hand got me up out of there. I disagree with you anyway. Wilder has a good jab. He has power in both hands. His right is obviously his prime weapon, but there's a lot of fight. Tito Trinidad, he had power in both hands, but his left hook was what really will sit you down. David Tua, his left hook will get you up out of there, but he still had power in his right hand. You know what I mean? Pacquiao, his left is better than his right, but I think he knocked out Barrera or somebody with his right. So, you know what I mean? Wilder's also athletic, and he also has the frame. So, I mean, listen. Y'all got to learn to keep up with the trends. Everybody got so much to say about Wilder. Then he should be, like he's saying, he should be dumbass easy to beat. And he outboxed Laverne. Very good point. I mean, everyone, listen. That's like saying Adonis Stevenson only has a left hand, Edeslani Lada only has a left hand, Pacquiao has a left hand. Then more people should have beaten them than the amount of people that have beaten him. Point blank, period. So that's just like a casual comment. Wilder, he only has a right hand that you only have to worry about. Well, if his right hand is making people have seizures on the ground, then it looks like it's doing its job. If you could be getting outboxed like you were versus Gerald Washington, maybe even against Artur Spilka, and then you go back to, with one punch, destroy Spilka, and then badly hurt Gerald Washington, who's of equal size, maybe bigger, 6'6". You know what I mean? I mean, not as tall, but he's massive. That's my dude. He's a big dude, right? Then who cares? Y'all all talk about coulda, shoulda, woulda. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. If it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, period. Wilder can do what he does and then change the fight with the right hand. Fuck it. Luckily, he has it. You know what I mean? You got to start looking at the reality of situations. Like I said, I think Amir Khan would be one of the hardest fighters to beat if his chin was like Margarito or somebody. Like he just had a Golovkin chin. But he doesn't. So you have to look at people for their package. Wilder does have flaws defensively or whatever. He's not the most fundamentally sound. Sometimes he has the mentality where he'll make a fight harder than it needs to be. Johan Duhaupas or something. But look at the package. He's still stopping them. He stopped everyone except for Stavern. And Stavern literally tackled him because he was hurt. So it's like, you got, I mean, it's just, everyone has flaws. Like Triple G has flaws. But what he does well, it gets him through fights. You know what I mean? It pushes them too. So you can't really knock that aspect of it. And the thing is, the only thing with Triple G is people probably critique it more because ESPN's telling you he's number one. Nobody's saying Deontay Wilder is number one. Shout out to Dre, man. Every fighter has flaws. It's up to their opponent to exploit them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Triple G, I didn't like what Triple G said post fight. Hey, Canelo, he moved too much. I mean, that's to me that's a lame response because okay, Dominique Wade didn't move too much and it wasn't much of a fight. I was there. You just blew him out of the water. This is an elite level fight. Do you know how bad you know how bad Canelo would get clowned if he got stopped in the fashion of Dominique Wade? They'd be like, ha, this is why he vacated his belt. So I'm not trying to hear professional elite level fighters talking about he moved too much. He moved, he ran. That's your fault. That is what it is. Like, listen, let's say I'm fighting a guy who has like a weapon, like a bat or like a crowbar or something. Then I'm gonna be mindful of how I try to fight him because he has a fucking weapon. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna just run in and just tink and you know what I mean, get hit with the fucking crowbar. You're gonna try to come in systematically, strategically, have a method to how you're gonna come in. You ain't gonna just run up and just hit you with the fucking bat. The fuck? That's boxing, and that's an extreme example with somebody having a weapon. But y'all get the point. You know what I mean? Triple G, you're known as this monster and big puncher and stuff. So, yeah, you're going to incorporate different things. That whole, he moved too much. And listen, if I was someone fighting Golovkin in the future, then I'm going to do what he just said he didn't like to be done. You get me? Golovkin talking about he moved too much. So, Jacobs, he moved too much and that type of attitude. Then that's what I'm going to do. Because he clearly don't want to have to deal with that because he's telling you right then and there. So it's actually, from my standpoint, is you're revealing what you don't like, chinks in your armor. You know what I'm saying? Whether you could have just been like, Canelo's a good fight, he has a slick defense, but I thought I won. You know what I mean? You actually give up a piece of the game plan by doing that. Canelo, he moved too much, not Mexican style. Oh well. Because Marco Antonio Rubio is Mexican. He didn't give you no fucking Mexican style fight. He just got hit a crawl upside the head and destroyed. But that's what Golovkin seemingly wants. but that's not systematic. I mean, and realistically, like I said, it's almost hypocritical of Golovkin to talk about a strategy and complain about Canelo's strategy about moving when he does the same thing. Case in point, he's collected dollars, the Mexican dollar particularly, with this whole coin Mexican style, and like I fight for the fans and I'm willing to take punches, and yeah, I'm like Julio Cesar Chavez, come for pressure, you know what I mean? All this, and you collected off of Mexican fans who are a big portion and demographic in boxing, right? But you fought Lemieux, Canelo, and Jacobs a lot more timid than you did other people. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. Why you fought Canelo for he moved too much? Why'd you fight Lemieux like that behind the jab? Why'd you use your height? You should have just bull rushed him so Lemieux could um, try to counter you and knock your block off. So everybody has a strategy, whether it's the one you like or not. Point blank, period. And like I said, you had the ultimate opportunity to fight Mexican style against David Lemieux. He's one of the hardest punchers in the division. Yeah, shout out to Cam. I see that. You know, and see that's a funny thing. People always try to hate and turn people against each other, but we don't fall for that. We just get the money. You know what I mean? Talk boxing and get this money. But I see you. So good luck with the moderator duties. But everybody got a strategy. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I said, Triple G, you could tell he's experienced because when he fights punchers, he's not fighting them like he's fighting someone he doesn't respect. He's fighting them with respect. He's very timid, more so than he normally is when Canelo's on the ropes because he wasn't trying to get countered. He only threw 8 body shots throughout the fight because he didn't want to get countered. So you can't knock Canelo for doing what he, as a smaller man, moving up his first real test at 160. Because I don't consider Chavez Jr. a test because he wasn't challenged in that fight. So Canelo got to fight how he wants to fight. And listen, I tell you all the time, if you're a fighter or if you're a trainer to a fighter, fight your fucking fight. Point blank period. Don't fight for the fans and all that stupid shit because people are now griping about did Canelo really win 118 to 110? But imagine the press Canelo would have been getting if he went in there like Dominic Wade, who talked some shit about Golovkin. Oh, I'm not afraid of him. He's just a man. And he got destroyed by Golovkin. Then it would have actually, see, to me, this is what fighters do. Golovkin knows that in his last couple of fights, he's been tested a lot more. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I think he realizes it's being stripped away from him, the aura of invincibility because the fights are getting harder. Because he said, man, okay, he says he thinks he's gonna knock out Jacobs. And then after the fight, I was there in New York after the fight. Triple G was like, yeah, I need to go 12 rounds. You didn't want to go 12 rounds. You didn't want to injure 23 knockout in a row streak, but you were content with it going the distance and then giving you the fight. You wanted to knock Canelo out because he even said on the HBO special Under the Lights when they had Canelo, Triple G, Max, and Roy Jones, he said it. He says, the Jacobs fight is different. He's like, with this fight, it's bigger emotion. He's saying I'm more emotional. I got more vested in this. So he didn't want to go the distance with Canelo because you would have got more gratification by, the guy that gave you your belt or the guy that just vacated his belt to not fight you, you knocked him out. That would have been bigger for your case. But the fact that Canelo had you missing 500 plus punches and going the distance, and he's the smaller man, that's why you're angry he moved too much because he didn't make your night as easy as some of the other guys because he fought with his brain. I'm telling y'all, don't fight for the fans. Floyd talks about it. I'm talking about it. Fight for you. So shout out to Canelo. Pat on the back, man. Dion, our first super chat, $3 shmoney dance. But that's real shit, man. Fight for you. Because like I said, if Canelo would have went in there and got knocked the fuck out in 2 rounds, then listen, it's just like Floyd. They could argue, it was boring and I wasted money, but he dominated. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather them be writing them articles about me, talking about I'm boring, I suck, and why don't I take chances to stop Berto and all that. You can write about that as opposed to, damn, Berto, this massive underdog, stopped Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? So fight for you. You seen Oscar Valdez, who's a good fighter. You know what I mean? Trying to please the crowd, and he's getting knocked down. He got knocked down by a guy I never even heard of before. You know what I'm saying? So fuck all that fight to please the fans, because you did it, and your best work was when you were boxing this dude from the Philippines. Valdez got hurt, dropped, was in there tough against a guy who's undefeated, but undefeated against two. You know what I mean? And like I said, his best work. Ego, that dude was game as fuck though, but it doesn't matter. Who name somebody? First of all, if Floyd Mayweather fought Cervania or whatever the fuck his name is, a person like that nobody had heard of at all, he would be crucified for fighting Cervania, even if he was an undefeated guy. But Triple G could fight Dominique Wade, who nobody was really checking for or nothing like that, right? So it doesn't matter that he was game or not game. It's the fact of you let a guy who you could have easily probably outboxed because you had the intangibles to do it, and you did your best work when you were outboxing him and using your natural speed and stuff like that. But you did it, and you was in a somewhat of a dogfight. Lorenzo Alvarez, Ego, why did you go to Floyd to compare everyone? Listen, I'm not going to spend too much time answering stupid questions. I go to Floyd for a few reasons. One, he's a complete fighter. So he does a lot of things that a fighter should do accurately. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter. That's one reason. He's a complete fighter. Two, he's the biggest name in boxing, even in his retirement. So as a result, people know his fights. So he's an easy reference point. If I start telling you about what Richard Abril did versus Sharif Bogaray, do you remember that fight? I do, but do you? You know what I'm saying? But if I say, hey, when Floyd fought Maidana, when Floyd fought Canelo, people are going to remember that a lot better. There's other great fighters, other good fighters, other skillful guys, but you guys wouldn't remember the references. So it's just easy to do that. Next question. Yeah, and he's undefeated for 20 years, which we've seen time and time again is not easy. Valdez could have won that fight easy, but he chose to brawl instead of box. See, that's what I'm saying, and that's where it gets tricky. Because listen, when you fight the wrong person like that, you could pay. They can make you cap. Like, let's say hypothetically, Maidana had the experience that he had when he went in the Broner fight and was in Valdez's division. It wouldn't be smart to fight him off of fumes and off of pride and trying to please the crowd, because Maidana's very experienced. He's awkward, he's big, and he can hit. You know what I'm saying? Tim Bradley's a perfect example. He made a lot of fights harder than they had to be. Most dominant, or the one that sticks out the most, is Ruslan Provodnikov. That was a fun ass fight, and I respect the war and the grit and the will. But why do you see? Listen, Floyd is like 10 years older than Bradley, and they retired the same year. They answer that because Bradley sometimes fights off of fumes and off of crowd and reaction. Jesse Vargas' fight was harder in that 12th round. Diego Chavez was harder. The Ruslan, that's 3 fights right there. That's 3 fights that he made harder than they had to be. And he's the same age. He's maybe 7 years younger than Floyd or so, and he's retiring the same year. You got to be smart. Bradley was a crowd-pleasing fighter. He has heart. Yeah, but his career was also shorter. Again, he's retiring the same year as Mayweather. So, if you like to be, that's what you want. crowd pleasing, but your eye looks crazy versus Diego Chavez, and you're on the ropes punching like this against Ruslan Provodnikov, and it looks like you're out of there. Like it looks like you're like not even awake, sleep boxing. I mean, that's cool, but that also takes years off of your career. But luckily, these fighters nowadays are being a bit smarter with their careers, where they're like investing in business and property and shit like that, so they have an exit strategy, which is smart. Too many of you casuals watch too many Rocky movies. Clearly, man, like this ain't no Rocky movie. And like I said, I like Valdez. I think he has skill, but the whole game of the boxing game is to utilize your skill to negate your opponent, what they do. You know what I mean? And a lot more people, if they fought smarter, using the skills that they do have, they could make fights a lot easier. A lot easier. I think Andre Durrell is one of those people. That's my dude. Massively talented, but sometimes he makes fights difficult in spots. You know what I mean? He fighting with emotion and things like that. You can't do that. In my personal opinion, I would favor Gary Russell over Valdez. I would love to see it. It's a unification. Make it happen. See, listen, and people always, oh, you're crazy. Okay, if I'm crazy, then you should be writing on Top Rank's page, make Valdez versus Gary Russell Jr. so we can all witness it and see what you see. I'm just giving my opinion. That's all I'm ever responsible for, is how I feel. But again, Gary Russell has a loss to Vasily Lomachenko, which is experience. He was an alternate for the Olympics, but he got the flu or something, so he didn't go to the Olympics. He comes from a fight family. He's now a champion since his loss. He beat Johnny Gonzalez, beat a very game Oscar Escandón, who didn't have his skill, but was really game. See, actually, that's a perfect example. Listen, the Serviani or dude or whatever that Oscar Valdez fought. Imagine the Oscar Escandón that fought Gary Russell Jr. That guy could have gave Valdez some problems, because I think he's a bigger puncher. He's trained by Ruben Guerrero. You guys like this guy? Woman beater, right? That guy would have gave on that night, if Valdez was fighting that same way, he could have given him some issues. You can't compare them, ego. Come on. I can't compare who. I can do whatever I want. You can't compare them, but I can. What are you talking about? I can't compare them. Compare who? I can do whatever I want. What are y'all talking about? So, anyway, triangle theory, bro, get real. Speak English. Who are you talking about and what are you talking about? What triangle theory? You don't even know what a triangle theory is, because I didn't even compare outcomes to a fight. I didn't say Oscar Valdez will get slept by Oscar Escandón. All I said is, if he's fighting for the crowd against a person like Oscar Escandón, if you struggle with an unknown guy from the Philippines, then Oscar Escandón could give you issues, because he was very game versus Gary Russell Jr. So once again, you have to understand what a triangle theory. Triangle theory is fighter A beat fighter B, so fighter C will beat fighter B, or fighter A, whatever. So you don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't predict outcomes. I'm just telling you, if you fight the wrong fight, anybody with the right intangibles can make you pay. Bottom line. And I believe that. Canelo Mayweather 2. No, Floyd's retired. Well, I mean, what do you guys get mad when I bring up Floyd to reference boxing points that people would understand. But y'all keep making, oh, Floyd versus Golovkin, Floyd versus Canelo. Canelo got Golovkin problems, Golovkin got Canelo problems, and Golovkin got Jacob problems, plus Floyd's retired. And he's in 2 weight classes below them. And he's 40. Why do y'all want to see that? Meanwhile, Golovkin is 35, and his biggest victories, the best names on his division, on his resume, he hasn't convincingly beat where there's absolutely no question about it. And the closest may be David Lemieux, but I rated Danny Jacobs and the Canelo win over that. They want to see him lose, exactly. But Triple G don't have to move up to 68. You know what I mean? So funny, man. Same thing like Lomachenko. Lomachenko moved up, but a lot of guys he fought were guys that had been beaten and or didn't really have a lot of momentum. Now Rigondeaux's moving up 2 weight classes, but Lomachenko could have fought Mikey Garcia next. Now don't get me wrong, I want to see the Rigondeaux fight, but it's still Lomachenko in the A size seating where he's not compromising any weight. He's fighting where and he's naturally bigger. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not making excuses. Those are all facts. That's facts in the match. Rigondeaux, I think, can make 118, but Rigondeaux still has a shot to beat him, even moving up and giving up all that weight. I'm just telling you. But there's no pressure for other guys to keep moving up and keep put. Floyd's given us everything that he's given us in 2 decades, and people still want him to move up to middleweight. But Triple G don't have to move up 8 pounds. You know? Lomachenko don't have to fight Mikey Garcia. And there was like actually some tension about their performances where they were there's a back and forth banter. They're talking about Mikey Garcia ain't a star. It's funny how that works, people. But Rigondeaux's the one moving up 2 weight classes. Lomachenko, when's the last time he moved up 2 weight classes to fight someone? Or even 1 weight class to fight a champion like a Mikey Garcia? But certain people get pushed in that direction. Like Kell Brook had to move up 2 weight classes to fight Golovkin. But Golovkin won't move up to fight anybody. And even Canelo. Even if you had him winning, Canelo's the guy moving up with minimal experience at 160. These are all facts. It's not really up for debate. These are facts. Point out the lie. You know what I mean? Terrence Crawford keeps moving up. He clearly could have stayed at 140. Don't get it twisted. He could try to stay at 140, get Broner, which he would be favored to beat, Regis Progress, Sergey Lipinets, or whatever his name is. But he's moving up where the killers are at welterweight. That's what he's doing. And he's calling out the killers like Keith Thurman. That's what he's doing. Okay. But y'all still want to put Lomachenko number 1, Triple G at number 1. Okay. I get it. Yeah, I mean, Kell Brook did challenge himself. I mean, he got his eye messed up. It was a bad move in the end. Bud's a beast. But that's what I'm saying. It's like certain fighters have to fight like on this gladiatorial schedule, and then the people who are supposed to be the way the media is pointing them out to be, they're supposed to be the biggest killers. They don't have to fight. Like, you know what I mean? Lomachenko didn't have to fight Walters off of the Donaire win. You know what I'm saying? When he had the maximum confidence. He had to fight Walters off a long layoff where he clearly gained weight and was coming off a draw with Jason Sosa, and they lost his title on the scale versus Miguel Mariaga. So some things have changed since the Donaire win. He didn't, like, when Floyd fought Shane Mosley, his last performance was against Antonio Margarito, a fight where Shane Mosley was destined to lose according to the odds, and he knocked the fuck out of Margarito. He fought Canelo after he beat Austin Trout when he was still undefeated and bigger. He fought Ricky Hatton when he was undefeated, beat Castillo and Costa when people thought Hatton couldn't beat Costa. Okay. But that's how the game goes. New media. We still working. We gonna keep plugging away at it. The haters can stay mad. Like I always say, you can dislike, but you can't disprove. We got 3 bodies in the hot seat. Easily. Who was exposed? Should Rigondeaux be pound for pound if he beats Lomachenko? I don't know if he should be pound for pound number 1, but I mean, if he jumps up 2 weight classes, he's up there. He has to be up there. Now it's going to be a tug of war contest based on Crawford. He has something to say about it and stuff like that. But if you look at the recent Dare to Be Greats, a lot of them will come up short. You know what I'm saying? Canelo moved up. and he only scored a draw. He didn't like knock out Golovkin like he said. Kell Brook jumped up 2 weight classes, got stopped by Golovkin, messed up his eye. Amir Khan moved up, came up short, got knocked out versus Canelo. So Rigondeaux will be the first one in recent memory, if he can move up 2 divisions, to step up and in a good amount of weight like that. And straight away, this would be, if I'm not mistaken, this would be Rigondeaux's first fight at 130. So if he can pull it off, then, I mean, you can't sleep on his skills. That's just what it is. Y'all keep saying Rigondeaux is too small. I mean, I don't know. We've seen it time and time again. I don't think he's too small. He's at a weight disadvantage for sure, because this is Lomachenko has multiple fights there. Lomachenko will be the bigger person. Will most likely rehydrate more than Rigondeaux, but too small is like 8 pounds in the smaller divisions. It's not impossible based on skill and technique, but Rigondeaux has to be sharp. He has to be smart. What is your question on Oscar Valdez? You had a question on Oscar Valdez? What is it? Thank you. See, Ego's arm even get me with the sneeze. Yeah, I mean, so I said Lomachenko needs to smother and use his size on Rigondeaux. The thing that's harder is because, like, Lomachenko has a style where he jumps in. Kind of like Pacquiao, even Keith Thurman a bit. But the thing is, Rigondeaux kind of, like, waits to pick you off. And then, like, how do I explain it? To me, Lomachenko, the movement, if you don't know what you're doing, then it's going to be a problem. Like Jason Sosa, he had less than 10 amateur fights. So he's kind of learning on the job. You know what I mean? So for him, the angles probably bewildered him. Mariaga, you just came off of Oscar Valdez loss. And a Nicholas Walters loss not too long before that. So he's confident, you know what I mean? But it's going to be different because Lomachenko's going to have to take something from Rigondeaux's confidence because he's confident in his ability. Hey, you know, the other thing I was thinking about, like people keep bringing up size. Donaire hits harder than Lomachenko. Even at 130, I think Donaire at 22 probably hits harder per capita. You know what I mean? Because Donaire was actually able to like debilitate guys with single shots, right? So I think Donaire hits harder, and he looked massive next to Rigondeaux. Albeit his style is not as frenetic as Lomachenko, but a lot of people keep getting caught up on this size thing. Donaire was pretty damn big in that ring. Pretty damn big. We got a super chat from the man Chris Price, Shmoney Dance, $5 super chat. I think Rigo is the one of the top, if not the best range fighter in boxing. Who do you think has the edge in power? Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux has the edge in power because his power is coming. Listen, I don't know how to explain this. Maybe Rigondeaux has snappier punches, like the way he shoots his punches is snappier. That's why. Listen, if Lomachenko had the edge in power, how come Rigondeaux has broken multiple people's jaw and had those opponents looking mutilated? When you watch the end of fights with Jason Sosa and Mariaga, them guys' faces aren't looking total, right? But they fight Rigondeaux, and maybe even for less rounds, and their faces look crazy. Their faces look crazy, and he's throwing far fewer punches. So to me, that's signifying Rigondeaux has snappier power. Because, again, Why is Rigondeaux? Come on, man. Lomachenko throws too many punches. Listen, I used this example before. If Deontay Wilder fought like Lomachenko, he would have numerous like dead bodies on his resume. And I'm not talking about like catch a body. I'm talking about they would literally be dead. He would have literal people who he's killed, multiple people he's killed from throwing those types of violent punches and that volume of violent punches. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko's talented, but again, it's different because he's throwing a lot of punches and guys aren't looking like totally mangled. You know what I mean? So to me, I think Lomachenko's power is overstated, to be honest. This man went 2 rounds. He went 2 rounds. 2 rounds with Lomachenko. He looked cool on this side, but look at this shit. He went 2 rounds. Rigondeaux didn't even look like he was trying, really. And look at that shit. Looked like he got the mumps and shit. He went 2 rounds. 2 rounds with the boy. And this shit look. This shit look 3D damn near. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't know why people can't see this. Look what he did to Juntao. Man, where Juntao at? Look at his fucking face. Look at his face, though. That don't look right to me. He looks tossed up. He gonna cry in the car. Oh, hell no. He gonna cry in the... Look at his fucking face. And this is the guy that knocked Rigondeaux down. Look, he knocked Rigondeaux down, and Rigondeaux got up and started doing that. Bro, look at his face, man. Look at his cheekbone. Look at Rigondeaux. He's like, I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry for your face, my friend. Look at his cheek. Nobody else's cheek in the picture is looking like that. Even Rigondeaux, who got dropped twice in this fight. Look at his cheek. You know how like squirrels be hiding nuts and storing food? That's what this shit looked like. Rigondeaux don't be playing with that. But people got to remember, Donaire was big as shit. Donaire looked much bigger than Rigondeaux. And he couldn't even see. He couldn't see in that. And this was, Donaire was like, look how big Donaire was. He was way bigger than Rigondeaux. I'm trying to tell y'all. Look. So a lot of people keep talking about Lomachenko. Again, the biggest difference is the weight, the come up in weight, and the size differential. But Donaire was a lot bigger too. Look, he put that boy in a headlock. He MMA'd Donaire, man. Look. Donaire was pretty confident at this time. So, should be a good fight. Lomachenko's a different puzzle, though, because of his style and his pedigree. So, I'm looking forward to it, man. See, the thing that's crazy to me is how these Cubans, a lot of them get like, if they get knocked down, they be dumbass calm. That's kind of frightening to me because I really studied the game. When Edeslandi Lara was getting knocked down by Angulo, he kept getting up, and he wasn't like in a frantic state. You know what I'm saying? It's like they prophesized this moment, and they knew they could get knocked down or some shit, and then they just deal with it. Same thing with Rigondeaux. He got dropped by, I think, Roberto Marroquin, Donaire, Amagasai. So he's been dropped, but they just get up like, you know what I mean, like it ain't shit. Rigondeaux look, no facial expression, just like, damn, are you cool? You like, you're not even frazzled or anything. But you look at other guys, they look like when Julian J. Rock Williams got knocked down by Jamal Charlo. His facial expression didn't look like Rigondeaux when he gets knocked down. He looked like he was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Looking at his corner and shit. Rigondeaux don't even be looking at his corner and shit. He just get dropped and get back up. Like when Adrian Broner got dropped by Maidana, he started looking all frantic at his corner and shit. Rigondeaux just get dropped like, I'm back, motherfucker. So a lot that tells me they're seasoned. It's like they prepare for it. It's like a fire drill or something. They prepare. If you're new to the live stream, hit the like button. I've been going on a little bit long. Probably gonna get off of here. Still not 100% getting over the sickness, but we getting there. I'm feeling better. I just wanted to give the fans a little live stream action. Pause. See, another thing that, to me, especially for the people who are putting Lomachenko as number one pound for pound, my thing is this, and this is really going to be a measure. Let's say, hypothetically, Rigondeaux has some tricks for Lomachenko, tricks up his sleeve, and he realizes all this movement is not doing shit for Rigondeaux, and he's still getting tagged, right? My thing is, I think Rigondeaux has better overall skills than Lomachenko. Okay. Oh, I can't wait for this, man. I can't wait to break down how my brain works, what I see. And again, listen, when I talk boxing, I'm talking just that. It has nothing against these fighters. I would interview Lomachenko. I would work with Lomachenko if he was willing to work with me. Rigondeaux, same thing. I just give my insight, what I see. And the thing is, I be thinking, like, boxing is psychological and cerebral to me. But I'm going to ask this question to you guys. Name a Lomachenko win where he got the victory, but he didn't do it in the same exact way. Jumping in, a lot of volume of punches, sidestepping, all of his wins like that, to me, that I can remember. If you disagree, put it in the comment section so we could discuss it. And I'll wait. And I'm ready. Because we're talking about pound for pound skills. And then once I get some responses, if anyone disagrees, we'll analyze what they say. And that's all I'm asking. Name a Lomachenko win where he didn't win by volume, crazy frenetic pacing, and angles and side steps and stuff like that. Right? So, anybody disagree? Walters, that's exactly how he beat Walters. Outworking him, angles, jumping in on Walters. You know what I mean? He started off kind of giving Walters respect at first because Walters had power, but then by the mid-rounds, he just started doing the same thing. Right? Put up a better one. What does that mean? So no one that I've seen has really disagreed. Now, this is the point. I'm giving you the contrast. Someone that I think is very, very, very skilled, Terrence Crawford. Now, I could tell you different wins for different opponents where he fought completely different. So if you want to talk about the aggressive Crawford, I would say Gamboa fight. He won that fight by imposing his size. He rehydrated to like 155 for a lightweight bout. Once he switched to southpaw, he got mad aggressive on Gamboa, and he even got hurt, but he was still having a shootout with Gamboa. He was extremely aggressive with Hank Lundy because he didn't like him, and he pushed him. Thierry Jean. But then on the flip side, when Terrence Crawford fought against Victor Postal, he didn't fight him all crazy, mad, aggressive. He fought him by using lateral movement, using his legs, picking him off, and then just showing overall that Postal, the bigger man, didn't have what it took to, he was too basic up and down to try to come forward as the bigger person and outbox him and shit. But again, when I see Lomachenko, I see most of his wins have come from the same way. So my question is, what happens if Rigondeaux can take some of that stuff away from you? You know what I mean? I haven't seen Lomachenko win a fight where his speed and angles weren't a major factor. Like Floyd Mayweather, another person we can use. I've seen speed and reflexes win a fight for Floyd. I think Zab Judah was beating him on the speed department, so that wasn't really speed that won Floyd the Zab Judah fight. It was that body attack. But I've seen fights like Guerrero, where speed was a major key to why Guerrero could speed and defense. You know what I mean? Floyd was just fucking him up, and Guerrero couldn't catch and keep up with that, and his defense was too tight, right? I've seen the Cotto fight. I wouldn't say speed, maximum speed, because he fought flat-footed. So I wouldn't say speed was the ultimate way he beat Miguel Cotto. But when I look at Lomachenko, he's good, but he's beating the guys the same exact way. Sidestepping them, they don't know what to do, and da-da-da-da-da-da, bunch of punches. And he's like breaking them down where they just like almost like give up. They just know, them or their teams realize that they don't have nothing for him. And it's just like kind of a waste. It's no longer a contest anymore. So Lomachenko, if Rigondeaux can take some of that away from him, you know what I mean? Like where the sidestepping is not effective and he's getting countered, then I'm very anxious to see how else Lomachenko plans on getting it done. How else can you get it done? You know what I mean? And that's where skills pay the bills, because I think Rigondeaux is more overall skill. Now, if Lomachenko comes out blazing and he's just doing that and he's like the size is too much for Rigondeaux and he's getting dropped and overwhelmed, then I see Lomachenko can win that way. But you gotta be careful with these Cuban fighters. They be having tricks. You know what I mean? And to me, I just think Rigondeaux has more tools to get it done if plan A is not working from the gates. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I personally, and that's why I can't put him pound for pound number one. I personally don't remember a time where Lomachenko got it done where speed and angles was not a major game plan to winning the fight. I don't. But like I said, same using Crawford, I could tell you how he's won different fights. He wasn't even mad aggressive. He was like more of a counterpuncher versus Bradis Prescott. He didn't come at him super aggressive in all spots. He might have picked spots where he's aggressive. So I've seen him get it done in multiple ways. Shout out to Aaron. He said if the pace slows down, Lomachenko is doomed. That's my whole point, because I think that's where Rigondeaux has the advantage, because he can overall do more. Like literally, I put this on anything. I'm from the Bay. Nonito Donaire's from the Bay. Followed his whole career. He actually, I think his loss was in Vallejo. I'm in the 707, the adjacent city to Vallejo, right? And I thought Nonito was going to knock out Rigondeaux because I thought he had a suspect chin. And I still think his chin might not be the best. But Rigondeaux took away a lot. Like, Donaire didn't even look all that fast to me. But he's called the Filipino Flash. So he's known for his speed, hand speed, and shit like that. But that's what I'm saying. These skillful Cuban fighters They know how to take away little weapons that you have. So, like Aaron said, like the man Aaron said in the comment section, if the pace gets slowed, then I think Lomachenko is going to get picked apart. When's the last time you've seen Lomachenko win a fight where he fought at a calm, non-jackrabbit type of pace, where he's just like, okay, bow, 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 and then he's just countering, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. I don't remember a fight like that. I don't remember it. But everyone else that I rank highly, highly skilled, they overall could do that. And I could think of even Roy Jones. What won him fights, and that's one of Lomachenko's idols. What won Roy Jones fights was that he was naturally just awkward and power in both hands, crazy speed and athleticism. But Antonio Tarver can box, and he was the guy that stopped him. Time him and stopped him later in his career, of course. But you know what I mean? You get the point. So skills pay the bills. If Rigondeaux can accept and the weight's not too much and his power moves up to it's like respectable, which I think it will be. If Rigondeaux can slow that pace, then I don't see Lomachenko being able to fight Rigondeaux at a slow pace, at a slow down pace, or a discouraged pace. That's what I call it. Because if you jumping in crazy, wild crazy, and Rigondeaux just hurting you and like tattooing your face up a bit, then you're gonna think twice. So that the pace could get slowed for multiple reasons. But if that happens, then I don't see that being good for Lomachenko. His best bet is if his natural size advantage and he can keep the fast pace, and Rigondeaux just like shows a lack of heart and just can't take it or can't take the weight, or his susceptibility to punches, or he gets like knocked down a bunch of times early and he's in the hole. But if Rigondeaux can weather early storms, make Lomachenko respect him and slow that pace down, then definitely. But there's a lot of buts and ifs and things like that. That's why it's a good fight, because you never really know what's going to happen. I'm just giving my thoughts. Now, I think that's extreme, man. I don't know how long it's been, 2 hours. You know, just easy work. Coming back off of sickness and getting back into the groove. Thank you guys for the support, the Patreons, the Super Chats. I'm working on a project. I'm going to be flying out. I'm getting flown out to Las Vegas this week. We got a lot of stuff coming, man. I got the green light to another project. So the Super Chats, they're really helping the channel, because I'm about to really turn up. I just ordered some new gear, some shit off Amazon, but we don't really talk about it. Boxingego, we like to just show the results, and that's what it is, man. We just taking over. We're not here to take part. The sickness slowed me down a little bit, but we still here. Who would get exposed bad? Listen, I've seen, like I said, with Lomachenko Rigondeaux, it's a good fight, but I honestly feel like I've seen Lomachenko win his fights in the same fashion. So my question to fighters like that is, what happens if that doesn't work? I.e. Ward Kovalev. Kovalev is used to being a very good boxer with power, and if he hurts guys, your time, you know, when you go to a store and they have that little red machine, you take a ticket, right? Your time is coming. Your number's about to get called when Kovalev hurts you. But what happened when he got in that reward? Someone who's determined, who has the willpower to get back up and fight harder and smother you. And that's a dangerous style of fight, because the motherfucker already hurt you. They already hurt you. So you're fighting a risky fight. And that's a risky fight that a lot of people weren't. And go into his body. Nobody was even talking when Kovalev was fighting Cedric Agnew's of the world and Ishmael Salaks and Nathan Cleverly. Not one point of conversation was about Kovalev's susceptibility to the body. But after the 2 war fights, that's all people are talking about. Damn, Kovalev don't like the body, because that's what Ward drudged up. Being the champion that he is, salute to him on his retirement. Bay Area, right? He showed us that Kovalev don't like it to the body. And that's what I'm saying. That's what happens when you start at the elite level. Motherfucker the plan A might not work. You know what I mean? Plan A might not work. So what you gonna do next? And Kovalev didn't have another gear to like outgrit you. You know what I mean? See, and that's I tell you all the time, bullies don't like to get bullied. When you dominating the pace and people can't keep up with your power and your style of boxing, then it works for you. But when you got in there with the elite level Ward who has equal or greater determination, who mixes up his attack, uses legs in the second one, fought you toe to toe in the second one, it's a different ballgame. So that's what's going to be imperative in the Rigondeaux Lomachenko fight is, and that's what happens at elite level fights is what you do. Like Rigondeaux, every time he got knocked down, he showed heart, got back up, and lumped guys up. So I do believe Rigondeaux has another gear because, again, listen, when he fought in Magasar, he got dropped 2 times. That's a pretty big deficit on the scorecards. And he came back to stop the person, so the scorecards didn't matter. So Lomachenko, if his style is working, that's good. Then he would probably win based on the size. But what if Rigondeaux could slow that pace and make you think twice about stepping in, jumping in, and like you try to sidestep him, and he has something waiting for you because he's also a southpaw and he's also quick. It's different. Like Floyd said, this ain't Birdo. When he told that to Guerrero, this ain't Birdo. Rigondeaux's probably saying that, you know what I mean? This ain't Walters. Walters, he's not really known for his like fast feet, fast mind. He's known for axeman you, knocking you the fuck out. Rigondeaux has fast feet, like a lot of Cubans. He has a fast mind, like a lot of Cubans. Good fight. The biggest thing is the weight. I want to see how he looks at the weight because, you know what I mean, he was getting dropped at 122, and it's possible to get dropped at 130, especially by a busy guy. But little stuff like that, that's what makes champions. Like, I want to see, like, how does Lomachenko respond if Rigondeaux swells your eye shut? You get me? If Rigondeaux just melting you, because all that jumping in shit, if you can't see out one eye, that's going to be real dangerous. Like Donaire when he was seeing doubles. You get me? Do you get me? That's going to be if you can't see right or you got to cut or whatever, then that's going to up the ante a bit. But overall, very good fight. 2017 has been phenomenal. Let's do a roll call, and I'm out just like that. Somebody announced the roll call, and we talk about all the cities and states where you guys are from. Come on. Boxingego roll call, man. Texas, Dallas, Memphis, Ohio, Austin, Dallas, Chester, England, Fremont, Omaha, West Palm, West Palm had to show up in the building, Columbia, South Carolina, San Angelo, Texas, Park City, Utah, South Central, Albuquerque, MA, San Antonio, Livermore, California, yeah, Houston, Buffalo. You know I gotta get with my wing stop. I gotta get to Buffalo. So shout out to Buffalo, New York. No, Harrisburg, Virginia, PA, New Zealand, Cape Town. Yeah, man, I'm feeling better. Omaha, 402. I think that's y'all area code. Shout out to y'all. OC, Boston, Massachusetts, Montreal. And we just doing something different with this boxing. We mix it up. Boston. We trying to take over, man. Worldwide. We everywhere. So stay tuned to the channel. 100,000 subscribers coming very soon. And we work for this. Shout out to Toronto, Chirac. This was a good stream. We got all the hot seats. I was surprised we didn't really get no hot seats late. We caught 3 bodies in the first 30 minutes. Shout out to the hot seat. Shout out to real boxing fans. The super chats, keeping the channel afloat. Down here, they all float. You know, they call me Ego, a.k.a. Pennywise. Shout out to y'all, man. I'll be back with another one probably tomorrow or the next couple of days. Peace out, y'all.